Hey Christy. So here is the signature that I did, or not the signature, but the name that I did for that rainbow that I wanted to do for Ellie. So what I did is I just took a piece of white paper and then with a medium tip Sharpie just wrote out her name. Of course it looks a lot thicker because it's on the computer and it's like, way bigger than normal size. Um, so, but I just kind of leave it at this size. It's just easier to work with. Okay, so I know that you have the newer Cameo. I have the Cameo 3, I think it is. So what you'll do is you'll go over here to the side of your taskbar, and I'm not sure how much of all of this that you know. So sorry about that towel in the background. We were just swimming. Um, but forgive me if I'm going over anything that you already know. So I'm just going to say this little thing right here, it looks like a piece of toast, and it's the trace panel. So what you do is you click on that. Sorry, I'm holding my iPad and with one hand, and I'm trying to do this with the other, so it's a little bit wonky. So then what you do is you select the trace area, and then it's going to give you like this cross, okay? So then with this cross, you just go ahead and drag it over the image that you're wanting to change, okay? So then it makes it all yellow, which is fine. So then you have all of these little things. You have threshold, despeckle threshold, high pass, all that. Really, you're just going to want to just do threshold, and then we're going to trace outer edge, okay? So I'm going to pan out a little bit so you can see. So I'm just increasing threshold, and I'm going. Okay, so did you see if I went way higher to like 77, all that yellow came in? So I am just staying at about 65, okay? And then what I do is I come over here to trace outer edge, okay? All right, so then what it did is it just went ahead and transformed that, okay? Now you'll see that some of the little bits are missing. That's okay, we'll take care of that in just a minute. I'm gonna go up to change this so I can manipulate it. So I'm going up here to convert to path, and then again to release compound, and then again, and now it should be a group. And then one more time, and I'm going to ungroup it so I can get rid of that little trapezoid, not trapezoidal, sorry, trapezoid out of there. Okay, so I release the box, click on that, and it is now gone. Okay, so then I no longer need this trace box. I'm going to get rid of it. And then come back over here. For some reason it didn't grab all of the things. Okay, no problem. So what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and trace it again. Sorry, I need to try to steady this on the table. That'll make it a little easier on myself. Okay, so then I go up here again. Whoa, sorry. Okay, so then I'll go up here again to that like toast like thing, the trace panel. Select it. And then again, I'll come back over here. And sorry. My computer's old, and doing this one-handed is kind of not ideal, but that's okay. All right. So I trace it again, and then I'll do it one more time. Oops. Okay. So it's just a fine balance where you don't want a lot of the little yellow bits on the outside, but you don't want a lot inside either. Okay, so on this part, I'm going to do trace, and then that way it got all of the inner parts as well. Okay, all right, so there we are with that. All right, so now you'll notice that there are a bunch of like other little boxes and lots of other little red things. So what you do with that is sometimes it works and sometimes, you know, how technology is. Sometimes it's a little temperamental, but we're going to hope it works here. Oh, well, okay. So we're going to group it, and then we are going to ungroup it, and then we should be able to move. Okay, so then we'll unselect the box. We should be able then to move the name out of all of those little bits. So then it should be kind of like a cleaner area. So what happened was, I don't know if you can see that, but this other name over here, this has like more of the speckles, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave the cleaner name here, and all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come back to the one that's a little more fragmented, and I'm gonna just grab those inner parts there. Let's see here. Oh, I have to unselect the box first. Okay, so you unselect the box, and then, okay, no, and I need to go back up to object and make that into, convert the path again, release compound path, and make it a group. And then I'll be able to ungroup those middle parts. Okay, there we go. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and grab that middle section, place it over here with that L, and then this piece. Okay. And then lastly, with that little E piece there. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now, just so that way we can see really what we're playing with, what I like to do is I highlight the whole thing, and I still have some little bits there that I'm not happy with. So you just click over them and just get, I mean, you could delete them, and if you're still not sure if you got all of them, so then you'll just highlight again just to see where they are. Okay, so I have a few there on the L. Okay. So I'm going to ungroup, convert this part. Sorry, sometimes it's super easy. You don't have to like convert it and group it, and sometimes it's just wanting to be temperamental. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so now it's letting me group it, and then I will ungroup it again. Okay, so what I'll do is instead of having to like manipulate all of those things, I am just going to move those away from all of those little pieces. And then I'll just move those other sections that I took out from the other name up here, and it just makes a cleaner name. And then we can go back and we can just make a box underneath just to get rid of all of those other pieces. Let's see here. Yeah, see, there they are. We can just click on them and get rid of them. And just to, you know what you can even do to, just to make sure, is just grab your name, move it aside. You could cut it and put it on a completely different page just to make sure. And then I'll just come through here and see, oh, there's a bunch of little other pieces that showed up. Okay, so then we'll go back over here, and we have to grab this whole thing as well. Let me get rid of this little box right there, sorry. Oh, sorry. I'm concentrating on what I'm doing and I'm not showing you, I apologize. Okay, so then I'm just gonna grab the whole name, and then I move it on back to my screen. Okay. Now, let's say if you're wanting to show a client, you know, what it is, what their signature is going to look like on their sign, or you know, whatever. Or maybe you're not giving them all those choices. Maybe you just want to see it for yourself, for whatever reason. Okay. So what you do is you just grab the whole name, and what I do is I just go over here to my color palette, and I'll make it black. But then what you'll notice is then you can't see all of those other little pieces, which is fine. So it's still ungrouped. So I'm just going to pull those pieces out. And then I'm just going to individually go to the white box, click it white. And then if you notice right up here, I don't know if you know about this, but then you unclick the red highlight and you make it white. And so then when you go back, you'll notice that it's all white. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that for all of my other pieces. So I just highlight that, make it white, go back up and undo that. And so what happens is so when you put it back in to the name, it's clean, and then it just looks like the background. And I just like it. I've been doing things like this quite often lately, just because I've been doing more design work for people with the different cups and other personalization type things. But also I've been teaching myself all kinds of things, and I feel like if I just have that clean background, then I really know what it is that I'm dealing with. Okay. All right, and then I make that again to the white background. So then what I'm left with is a seamless name that I am now able to do whatever I want to. So, let's see, I'll go ahead, let's see, maybe let me think. I will open up a recent file that I had. Oh, I know. I'll do the Rainbow Wait, Pray, Trust, okay? All right, so here I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to do that same thing. So what I'll do is I'm going to grab that toast again, select the trace area, and for this one, I only want the rainbow. I don't care about the words underneath. So then I will just bring it up. Sorry, my computer is updating. Okay. So then I will bring it up, okay, like that. And so it's already starting to do its thing, but I need to play with the threshold a little bit. So I am going to keep going until it selects the whole thing, okay? All right, then I'm going to just push trace, and now I'm going to select it again, because what it does is it just traced the outer part, but I'm going to select it again, and I'm not going to mess with the settings, so it should, nope, it's not wanting to do it. Okay, so then you'll just go back up the threshold again. What I was going to say is it should not make you have to do anything else, but it's not. So then I'm going to do, let's see, I think we did can't remember if we did trace outer edge or trace. Do trace again. I can't remember. I'm sorry. Let's see what happens. Okay. So, all right. So I'm going to do it one more time. I'm sorry. And I am going to select it again. And I'm only going to highlight those inner parts. Okay, great. So I'm going to trace those. And now, if I take away this rainbow, all of those parts are left. Okay. So then what happens is I can, hold on. Let me get rid of some of these other things here. Okay. So, you know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab, see how there's like all kinds of extra stuff? Okay, so I'm just going to grab this rainbow here, like that, and I am just going to play with it until it's in its right place, like that, okay? I'm not sure why all of this other stuff up here is there. So what I'm going to do is I am going to grab the whole thing. I'm going to go up to Object, and I'm going to Group, then I'm going to Ungroup. Let's see if it'll, oh, okay. So I needed to get further down. I don't know if it's going to let me do this on here or not. I might just have to go in with the eraser. So what I did is I went to Convert Path, Make Compound Path, Release Compound Path. Good. Okay, so now it's letting me group it, everything, and then I'm going to ungroup. Okay, so now I have complete control, and I can go through here, and I can go ahead and I can select those little pieces that I don't want. Oh, but I got rid of some of what I wanted. Okay, so I'm going to undo that, and I will just go systematically one by one. Okay, and you, I'm sure, probably know how to do all of this. I don't want to, I just wanted to show this to you so that way I can show you how, what I do, in case, you know, yours is a little bit different, your process. Okay, I'm not going to worry about all of those little pieces. Okay, so now I'm just going to cut this, and I will put it back over here with my image. Paste it there. Okay. Right. That little thing is bugging me. All right. I am not going to pay attention to it. Okay. So then just moving this right down wherever you want. And then, and so just like that, then you'll just be able to customize your things however you like them. And what I like too about having it like this is you can kind of go and play with the colors, with the color palette a little bit. So then that way you can see how different things would look like. So then you're maybe not having to experiment, you know, the old-fashioned ways like crayons and paper, or you know, however else you're doing. But I think for the most part, you just, no, you do some color and some other things. But anyway, I hope that helps. This weekend is part of my Mother's Day gift. My family bought me this class from Her Hazel Eyes. I'm using Procreate, and it was really neat because on there it has a little bit more freedom where you can go in and color things and design things a bit more. like right now, I think since I selected that whole thing, it's going to color the whole. Oh no, it didn't. Look at that. I love that. Okay, so anyway, so you just can play around with all of these different settings and let me know if you have a question, and I would be happy to help out. But so now this is ready to cut. So you can, my point in taking you through all of this is just to show you that you could, of course, you know, just input this into whatever sign that you're wanting to and just continue on. But that little toast thing feature, the open trace panel, is a really helpful little tool. So I hope that helps you. If you have any questions, or even if you're wanting to do a FaceTime when you have more time and you want me to walk you through something, I'd be happy to. It took me a little bit playing with the different settings, the threshold, and do I do solid, do I do outline? I think it's called the spackle, to kind of figure out the sweet points of that tool. But yeah, it's really pretty easy once you like get in there and start playing with things. So anyway, so I hope you like it. I hope this helps. Okay, talk to you soon.